Hey Erica, in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you guys can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. My name is Seleni McGregor and I work with small business owners across the state of Utah. I'm actually based out of Utah County myself, so just a little further south from you guys. I put together this quick custom video for you about your online presence and specifically how you're stacking up against your competition. I'm sure at this point you're sitting there asking yourself, why would she be doing this? What's the catch here? That's a fair question. I've just found that most local business owners are just too busy actually running their business, swamped with payroll, helping customers, answering questions, dealing with employees, just staying on top of jobs. And many times learning how to leverage the internet to benefit their company just gets buried under all of the other to-dos. Let's be honest, half the time the only reason they haven't hired somebody yet is because they don't know who to trust and who is truly an expert. And that's exactly why I make videos like this. I found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of actual things that they can do to impact their business for free, it's resulted in some local business owners still raising their hands and saying, hey, I like you, Seleni, can you please just handle this for me? So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and you can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that could help your business, then shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or even if by the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan that I gave you and do it yourself, that totally works for me too. Now let me show you the 3 things that will set Ponds Plumbing, Heating, and AC above your competition. And I don't want to waste any more of your time or mine, so I'll be as brief as possible. The 3 things that I want to cover today is first, content, second, citations, and third, backlinks. So first up is content. So since Google isn't a human, it doesn't just know what you do. It needs to be told through your content. So content is basically anything that you can see here on your website that is highlighted. So this can be text, it can be pictures, what the pictures are saved as, what's behind the pictures, that can all be considered content. So let me give you an example here of what I'm talking about with pictures. If we do a right click, do a save image as, we can see what this image is saved as. Similarly, whoops, not link. Sorry, pushed the wrong button. Save image as, again, can see what the image is saved as. So in these areas with the images, this is where it's a great time to leverage high volume keywords and location specific as well for the image description. So instead of saying, woman on the phone, we could say something like Plumbing Salt Lake City or something like that that would give you actually more volume there and save it as the right thing. Those are all going to help boost your content. And those are all things that Google bots can read and basically get an idea of what is this business, what services do you offer, what area are you targeting, and that's all going to position you in the search ranking. So the goal is having unique and authoritative content, and you need to have enough of it to be able to add in all of the right keywords and key phrases that people are going to be searching for in Google in order for somebody to find the services that you offer. Most business owners know that they need content on their website, but what they don't know is that in order to rank #1 on Google for plumbing, the average content count is 1,500 to 2,400 words on your homepage, while making sure that it has the right keywords and phrases that people are actually searching for. So when I went ahead and copied all the information and content here from your website, I threw it into this free web tool that counts the words. It looks like your website is sitting around 717 words. Now, flip side, we're going to check out one of the other top competitors in the Salt Lake City area. This is Miller Creek Plumbing. When we copied all of their content, just kind of browsing down through here, you can see the amount of content that they've got here. When I threw theirs into the same web counter, they're sitting around 995. So for both of you guys, the biggest thing here is that in order to be optimized with Google, you need to have around 1,500 words on your web page to be able to be optimized. So very easy to beat at this point. All right, so actually we're gonna jump over here to one of my tools. This is called Ahrefs. It's a really cool tool. It costs a couple $100s per month if you guys are interested to go out and get this for yourself. So you've got these metrics, but it essentially gives me behind the scene details that Google's looking at when it comes to ranking a site. And I can get a pretty good idea of what's working well for you and then what's working well for your competition. So we're actually starting here on Mill Creek Plumbing. We can see here the quick scan of them. We see the overview. We can see they've got roughly 214 keywords being found on their website and what kind of traffic their website is pushing right now. Now we're going to dive a little bit deeper specifically into the exact keywords that they're ranking for and what your customers are searching for every month. So you can see here, I pulled these guys because they're a little bit more local versus one of the national companies. So they're sitting around second, third position for a lot of these high keywords here, but let's pay attention to the keyword and the volume. So we've got keyword plumbers, Salt Lake City. That keyword alone is being searched about 1,700 times per month. Similarly, plumber, Salt Lake City, 2,200 searches per month. Salt Lake plumbers, 410 per month. Salt Lake City plumber, 810. Now, I know you might be also asking yourself at this point, well, plumbing isn't the only thing you do. You're right, you have a ton of services. A lot of these companies do have multiple services. I just chose to target one of them because it would be way too long of a video for me to actually break down all the services, all your service locations and service areas. So this hopefully will just give you a sneak peek into at least one, but you can follow the same process for all of the different ones. So right now I'm just kind of targeting more the plumbing side, especially where just coming to your website, like it seems to be heavily targeted towards plumbing as well. Now, we're going to use this same tool. We're going to jump over here onto your website, ponsutah.com. We can see the same type of overview. We can see how many keywords are being found on your website and the type of traffic that your website is pushing in. And specifically, if we go in here to your keywords, we can see what you are ranking for and what customers are searching for you as well. So it looks like you guys are in the top position for a few keywords, which is amazing. Ponds Plumbing here with 250 searches per month. And then you've got some of the HVAC words here that it looks like you're kind of ranking high in. So I'm seeing quite a few, honestly, second, third, even fourth position here. Almost all of these keywords seem to be more related to HVAC, air conditioning, furnace. So it all seems to be more HVAC related. When I tried to search more for like any sort of plumbing words, I mean, obviously Ponds Plumbing, which one thing just to note here is it actually has decent search volume, which is awesome. You guys are doing a great job of getting your name out there so that people actually know your name and to come search for Google. But just remember, like the general public, unless they already are aware of your name, what are they going to go search for in Google? They're going to go search for something a little more generic, like plumbers Salt Lake City or plumber or Salt Lake City plumbers, right? Unless they know of your name, like I was saying. So that is just one thing to keep in mind of what to capitalize on there. But when I'm searching for plumbers, I'm not seeing a ton. I mean, I do see here commercial plumbing Salt Lake City with 30 searches. Looks like you're in about 10th position. So you're, bottom of the first page or to the second page there. Let's see, plumbing jobs, Utah. So really important to focus on buyer intent keywords. So they're actually going to come to your site to book a service basically. And I'm just seeing, I think the biggest thing that I really wanted to point out is you guys are doing phenomenal and being high ranking for a lot of these HVAC keyword terms. But I think there's I just wanted to show you like the huge market that you could be missing by not focusing more on the plumbing aspect of it. And so I just wanted to point that out. Like what would this do to your business to have these kind of customers, this volume of customers in a high ranked position, just like you're ranking high in all of your HVAC? What would that be like to have that kind of volume searching on your plumbing site as well? So that was just kind of a quick plug right there for you. Okay, so we are actually going to jump over, let's see here. Okay, so just wrapping up the first one here, just helping get your site to that minimum of 1,500 keywords here with the right keyword rich content here, because that's what's driving your competitor, and it's 100% beatable if you're able to do this as well. So now we're going to jump over here to Google. I actually put in one of those high search terms, right? I think this was the 2,200 plumber. Yes. So this was one that was 2,200 searches per month for this term. First of all, you're going to see here the ads section here. Here's the thing about ads. Ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation, like your website, isn't dialed in, or if customers are using like an ad blocker. So just be careful to not burn through your money with Google ads until you know for sure that your site will convert, and then they definitely can be beneficial. But we're actually going to jump down below the ad section to this area right here, the coveted map. This area has a lot to do with the second important thing we're going to talk to you about, which is citations. So you're probably asking yourself, well, what is a citation? Why do they matter? Well, those are great questions. So this is called the Google Map Pack. I'm sure you've seen it. You've probably even used this section and possibly even thought to yourself, how in the world can I get my business up on here in these top ones that appear? So Great questions, and that's exactly what I'm about to show you. So to get yourself in the top 3, the number one thing that Google looks at is a thing called citations. Well, let's break that down. What is a citation? So citations are super simple. It is just your business name, address, and phone number being listed on all of these online directories similar to this. And this is not conclusive by any means. There's hundreds. But things like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Citystar, and so on. But they need to match your Google listing exactly. Having citations like these helps Google to be able to verify you and make sure that you're a relevant local business. And then to push your business up to the top 3 spots then, you just need to increase your citation game. So you need more citations than your competitors here, especially from authoritative and industry-specific websites. Then your credibility will boost, you'll gain more trust from Google, and therefore you will push above your competition. So you might be asking yourself, well, great, but how do I actually do that? There are some paid tools that you can use that will tell us exactly which directories your competition is listed on. And we can go out and match the directories they're on, but we don't want to just stop at matching them. We want to dominate them. So we've seen here with like the plumbing companies that are ranked to the top, we usually see them around 200, 250 citations. So if you're not here on the top, you're somewhere below that. So we'd have to go out and match at least what they've got, but plus more so that we can actually beat them online. Okay, now let's talk about the third thing that I want to go over to you today, which is backlinks, or often called link juice. This third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So again, with this main keyword, plumber, Salt Lake City, when we search for that, scroll down past that map pack, this area down here is called the organics listing section. Here you can see your site is not ranked number 1. In fact, I'm not seeing it at all here on the first page of Google. And we all know people do not typically go past the first page of Google when they are searching. In fact, you want to be here in the top organics anyways, because Google statistics have shown that the top 3 businesses on Google get about 75% of the clicks, meaning that most of your potential customers are choosing one of these first 3 results and never making it down to your listing. So to get there, you need to beat out your competition in every aspect. You need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, this is where backlinks come into play. Simply put, a backlink is where one website links to another website online. The easiest way to think about link juice or backlinks is thinking about it like a popularity contest back in high school. You want the coolest, most popular kid recommending you. So in this popularity contest, the business with the most relevant link juice or authority wins. So you guys are plumbers, right? And I mean, I know you do a lot of services, but plumbers, you wouldn't want to have a backlink from an ice cream shop linking back to you because you guys don't churn ice cream. Although it'd be tasty, the backlink would be useless to you. But having a backlink from like a local blog or drywall company, that would be much more effective. So we're going to jump over here into my Ahrefs tool again, and we can actually see specifically that your website has got about 550 backlinks. If we jump over here to your competition again, for that Salt Lake area, they've got 128 backlinks. So again, you might be asking yourself, well, I should be beating them because I've got more than them. But if you'll recall, quality over quantity, we have seen that you can have much fewer high quality, strong backlinks and they will beat out quantity anytime. So that must be what's going on here. They've got more strong, relevant sources. And again, how do we get these? Well, here with Ahrefs, we can actually go down and we can see the exact sites that are linking to them, and we can go out and get the exact same links. Again, this is very beatable with time. Getting you to the top here in Google, this is not magic. It's just a tried and true method, and I've shown you that method today. So again, the 3 things that you're able to do today to help grow your business: focus on getting that homepage up to the 1,500 words, using those right keywords and phrases that you might be missing out on potential customers with. Second, make sure you're focusing on your citation game, getting name, address, and phone number listed on as many online directories as possible. And finally, just making sure to work on getting more relevant, quality sites pointing back to you guys to show that Google you are the authority. If you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. Now, I know how tough the market is, and I know how dependent small businesses are on third-party companies like Angie's List. I also know how painful it is to pay for leads that are shared amongst your competitors. What I've shown you today gives you control over your leads and actionable plan, having clients come straight to your door without a broker in between. So I'm sure you're wondering, okay, well, what now? We've got a few options. If you don't feel like you can handle any more clients this month, that's absolutely fair. Just send me a quick note saying that you watched the video, tell me your thoughts, and I would really appreciate your feedback. On the other hand, if you're ready to grow, you can take this blueprint and implement these 3 strategies on your own today. I gave you the formula that businesses pay tons of money to have. Now, if you found this information valuable and you're still one of those business owners to still raise their hands for the most effective route, just go ahead and respond to my email. We'll set up a time to chat and dive deeper into your specific situation and see what I can do to help your business really thrive. Again, my name is Seleni, and I look forward to your email. Have a great day.